because the case I like to present this morning is an ongoing project. The name of this case is NICE 2035. NICE means the neighborhood of innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. So, as I mentioned, that I was an architect. I was educated as an urban planner and an architect, and so far all the works have been realized before 2009, and I really did lots of architecture, and some of them, they get award, and even, on the list of 100 important, Chinese contemporary architecture. But as I said yesterday, I do feel that architecture approach and urban planning approach has their limitations. So, since 2009, the school has been established, developed from a Department of Art and Design of Tongji University to a College of Design and Innovation. So, we changed the name, and also at the same time, we changed the meaning of the school and changed the mission and the vision of the school. And next year, we're going to celebrate 100 years anniversary of a Bauhaus. Actually, Tongji is the real Bauhaus school in China, because the founder of Tongji Architecture Design was the student of Walter Gropius in 1940. So he came back to Shanghai in 1940. But since 2009, as long as we change the name, actually, we start a kind of a new journey. And the new journey is how to combine design together with innovation. So we're also thinking about, in this digital era, what will be the university? So basically, these years, this school has been invested tremendously efforts try to open the school. So this is a very nice picture I took in 2013. I'm not sure if I took it or somebody took it, but it's in 2013. So it's a kind of open event of our Fab Lab. So you can see that somebody came from the supermarket, with the staffs, and there's somebody is doing lecture, and I say that who's doing lecture is not important, because for sure I don't know the person. I don't know the person in person, and he stopped. He stopped and listened. So for me, this is a metaphor of the future school. So if we can get the best knowledge, like the information from the internet, we always ask why we need a physical university. I think maybe the meaningful thing for a physical university is it create a platform to encourage interaction, communication, and this group of people can do something together. This is a typical image of our laboratory, the people who are working in the laboratory. As a dean, I really don't know. Maybe I only know one or two of them, but most of them I don't know who they are. And we open the school as much as possible, so even to the community. Not only in the community, surrounding the school, but it can be all of Shanghai, can be all of China, can be all of the world. So in 2015, and I made a plan. Talk with the local government, say, can we push the whole thing a little bit forward? So for the university, we want to blur the boundary between the campus and the community. And of course, it's a proposal. So the first step for this proposal is Open Your Space project led by Sabrina. And it's all about the micro design intervention and co-creation. So the first year's Open Your Space project, we did 66 design intervention projects. They're all very small, but it's everywhere. And of course, nowadays we understand all kinds of micro design intervention projects. Maybe they have a problem of sustainability, but I think it's important. Why it's important? Because in some way, this is a step forward for the university. Talk to the government, talk to the community. We want to do something. This message is much more important than any of this individual project. And of course, as a design research school, and we not only, just proposing ideas and implement, and from the very beginning, we work together with the community to decide project, what kind of project can be implemented and in which place. So we organize a workshop to invite the community, the government leader, stakeholders together, and to make the plan. And also, in some way, there are some places, governments feel, or the local community feel problematic. So we use this opportunity actually to improve, in some way improve, or we can say change, if improve is too much arrogant, and to change the situation to a different way. For instance, we transfer the space of on the street to become an exhibition at the very beginning. So basically this space has been used as a temporary exhibition space for 4 months. So all kinds of ideas was expected there, and in some way we communicate the vision with the audience, with the community members, with the government, with the outside world, with the possible stakeholders. And the second step is about the contents and activities. As I said, that individual design project has a problem of sustainability. Who invest? Who gonna maintain it? Most of the micro design intervention project in this city, I say that they have that kind of problem. So it's important, to create a new model. The new model is that we move some of the program of the university into the community. And for instance, some of you have been to our glass workshop in the community. This school is going dramatically towards the digital era. And of course, we still have this handicraft stuff, glass workshop, more than maybe 1 million investment from the university. And very few people use it. So the idea is that we move this workshop to the community and open the community, and also move our NOC lab into that community. This is examples that how the university laboratory can play a different role in the city. So then it's a laboratory not only for the university, but also for the whole city. Just opposite side of our school, and we can see the Tongji MID City Science Laboratory. And this is now a very fancy place, designed by my colleague Barbara Young. And but before, it was a waste recycling center, a little bit illegal even. With that kind of laboratory, it provides a kind of open platform to have more expected or unexpected interaction with our possible partners. So these are only 2 examples, but actually now, if you look at what is DNI, it's not only the building, the campus here, but also we have our operations or initiatives here and there in the community. So a small but a connected community has been established, and also now we are working online to connect all of them. So if there's something happened, for instance, yesterday we shut off the electricity here, by the local bureau, it's not a problem because 60% of our operation is outside of this school. And then into the third step, actually the project I'd like to introduce is a prototyping, Living Street. So this is a highlight project, a flagship project of this university and the community interaction. So not far away from here, and we work with local community government and the different stakeholders, and say, okay, can we do a project which we all work on the vision, the possible vision of how people live and how people produce in 2035. And this is the idea. So we all talk about that. We do a lot of research and we publish a lot of paper about the vision, but it's not tangible. So why we not do a prototyping street? So this is the idea. And then, for university, the laboratory working in that street is not the laboratory inside of the school, which basically they focus on fundamental research. The result is paper or patents. And there, and in that place, and the laboratory, they need to work on prototypes. If you have some idea of the future ways of eating, for instance, and work for food, future material, future entertainment, future healthcare, make a prototype. Never worry to make a mistake. Mistake is not a problem. Because the only way to improve is you do something first, and then you can improve. talk with people, right, and encourage the discussion and test the prototype. This is the only way to improve. Therefore, for university, the initiative on that street is not producing papers, and not only producing papers and patents, but also we become a place to transfer the know-how developed by the traditional classical research. But at the same time, it envisions a dream. We talk about the dream, but dream in some way can be very hollow. It can be like a cloud, invisible and untouchable. The dream there is clear, so it become a place to connect to create a new possible community. This is for university, and for the community, for the city, actually is even more meaningful, because before, the community with the physical neighborhood is always be regarded as end of this innovation chain. The people there, they need to be cared. There's elderly people, you poor people, and the city need to invest money, need to invest resource to take care of the people. But actually, when we talk about the older people, come on, they're only 65. They're young, they're energetic, they're young, but they already be treated as an old people. So from the city point of view, is it possible that we upside down the innovation chain? So the community rather be regarded as an end of innovation chain, but it could be a beginning of a new innovation chain. So it's a source of innovation for the city. Then the neighborhood of the community will play a totally different role. For city, now Shanghai is the #1 mission for city of Shanghai is to become a global innovation center. If that story could be true, I think Shanghai will have a tremendously unique paradigm. So in this way, and step by step, we develop this idea. The interesting thing is that more and more people and companies, they start to believe the story, and they invest in the story. The uniqueness of that project. And university, we don't invest in that project. We create the story. And then, of course, as a dean, as a founder of the project, a volunteer, we have so many volunteers in this university. They're doing volunteer work. But the interesting thing is, as long as the people has been inspired, they become a part of the stakeholders, they become the partners. And of course, for university, and we define the future university. For me, I think that place is more like a future university than a normal classroom. Innovation happens there, education happens there. So I think that this kind of scenario, we're doing, interactions inside and with the villager, with the community people, they look outside and they come to have interaction. And the community, the local community people, actually they play a very important role. So not only, they're an observer, and actually they're part of this innovation group. Basically, we all know this living lab approach, right? So the people there, they not only, be part of the innovation process. For instance, they test the products, right? They give comments, they give feedbacks, right? And also, some of them, when we say community, is not only, the old people. Now the problem is that now in China, in Shanghai, when we talk about community, only old people they are in their daily life. Is it possible that the young generation, they don't, go to the office building in Nanjing Road, but they be a startup based on their community? Then we totally change the image of the community. So these are all the laboratories, the first prototyping laboratories, on that street. And the funny thing, that we opened the first Aston Martin creative laboratory outside the UK in Shanghai. It's not in CBD, but they decided to do it in the community. The reason is that for the company, they believe the story and they moved by the story and they want to be a part of the story. And the interesting thing of that project and that during the opening, I think that it's a metaphor. It's nothing but in some way as a metaphor. So our sound lab present a gift to Aston Martin, which is totally inspired by the culture of the company. And then I said that kind of innovation can never happen. That kind of project, the project can never happen because without the story of Aston Martin and Sound Lab will not have the motivation to create an art piece. Right? And this is something very small. The important thing with more and more people, in the project, and the interactions start to happen. And for instance, if we involve the people, let's say from the sustainability society, and then, Aston Martin will talk about sustainability. Otherwise, I mean, they only talk with this, I mean, upper class, I mean, salary, I mean. So that's for me, that's a super meaningful thing. Of course, I mean, on that street, we also, I mean, using, collecting some data, because each laboratory, in some way, it is a laboratory. Even, I mean, if we talk about the food, right, the next retail, we talk about the next healthcare center, right, it's operating in reality, but it's a laboratory, because when we get the feedback and we'll improve. And this shining aftermarket space will be dramatically changed, I mean, in the coming months. So it's not a showroom, it's a real laboratory. So for me, I think that that kind of street, I mean, we are even, I mean, from business-wise, I mean, we are talking about indicate a new economy on future ways of living, and all kinds of imagination can be, I mean, put into that project. And the important thing is that when we define, we define a possible vision. The vision is how people live, and in 10 days 35, and we encourage them to do the scenario prototypes, and because then we have a better interface with the venture capital and with the industries, and then, I mean, it can turn, I mean, all of this possibility to business. As I say, that the outcome of this treat, the first outcome is a prototyping laboratories. So university benefit from that, the community benefit of that, and many people benefit from that. But the ultimate outcome of this line is not only the laboratory, but the startups. The startups who believe the future, who want to be the part of the future. And then, I mean, who will be the stakeholders? Here is input side, is the people who has vision. No, not only in Shanghai, not only surrounding Tongji University, not only in Shanghai, not only in China, but all of the world. All the world, if you believe the story, you can be a part of it. That's the power of the university, because university is such an inclusive place. So in this way, we can see that university become an open co-creation hub, and the urban community will become a living lab of future. Thank you very much. This is the motto of the school. The last page.